What's up, everybody? In this episode, we're gonna go back to basics on some brake upgrade options that aren't gonna break the bank and they'll stop you quick. Let's go. If you guys are brand new to the electric mini bike scene, then you know that the electric razors are a huge hit on the modification side for us as adults and upgrading these for our kids. The only problem is once you start adding power, you upgrade the battery, you upgrade the motor and the controller, don't forget about the brakes. A lot of times people go into these things, modifying them, not knowing exactly what parts to use or where to get them. And in this episode, we're gonna go over the brakes, we're gonna go over where to get them, and we're gonna go over how to put them on. Let's go. So here we are, we're in the garage, but I do want to make a couple points before we get into the installation of the brakes. The installing of the brakes is fairly straightforward. I am 100% certain you could do it without a video, but the information I'm going to provide now, probably you wouldn't know until you figured it out on your own and you had the wrong parts. So when you're on your Amazon links and you're looking to buy your brakes, you're going to come across some links that have brakes that look like this, just hydraulic brakes. Generally, or a lot of times, these kits that you find here will come with a disc. And if you're new to this and you don't know or no one tells you, you're gonna think, oh, well, the disc is gonna fit my razor. You'd be wrong. What you have to do is you buy the kit with the brakes, and then you have to buy a separate disc that is the same diameter. It's still 160 millimeters, but the bolt pattern on this disc is specific to a razor wheel. The one that generally comes with the brake kit does not. So pay attention to that. This is a separate link, and I'll have this below if you guys are interested in upgrading the discs. The other thing to pay attention to, guys, is look at the orientation of where the brake is going to sit on the bar. What I mean by that is sometimes you can get a brake lever that's going to control the rear wheel, but it'll be on the right side. Generally, in this scene, we don't want that. We want the rear brake lever to be on the left side. And what that does is if you're a stunner or a wheelie guy or whatever, you want your rear brake on your left so that you have full control of your throttle if you're trying to do wheelies and stunts like that. For some of us, it doesn't matter if you're not a stunter or a wheelie guy, and then the orientation doesn't matter so much. But pay attention to that when you're looking at the links and how these brakes are going to come. And also too, when you guys are ordering these brake kits, the rear wheel is going to be upgraded to a 160 millimeter disc. It comes stock with a 140 millimeter disc. With the brake kits here, you guys can upgrade that disc size to 160 and you'll be good to go. But I'll have links below in the description of this show notes for you guys if you're interested in finding out more about the brakes that work on these bikes that bolt right up. you guys go to put your axle back in, make sure that your spacers are oriented the right direction. So what you want is the skinny side towards your bearing, towards the inside of the wheel. This broad side, you want that up against the fork. I've seen people put these in backwards all the time. If you guys look here, keep these top screws loose. And then when you go to fit your wheel, put your disc inside the caliper, spin the wheel, listen for the drag on the pads, and you can slide this caliper back and forth where it's gonna make for the best fit for your specific wheel and disc. And another thing, don't forget to put your chain on your wheel before you mount it. I've done that, got it all fit, and realized that the chain was still dangling. Go. All right guys, like I said, this is kind of a back to basics video. For you that are new to this scene and you are wondering where to start or what information to seek, go check out the Voltron Watts website, www.voltronwatts.com, and you will find a plethora of information, starting clickable links that will lead you to parts directly related to these bikes. Also too, check out the Voltron Watts playlist, because over there I have it broken down into the DIY scene. So for beginners, the intermediate, and maybe the more advanced, if you guys are getting into tuning controllers and the self-learning type processes with far drivers and things like that. As your knowledge base escalates, go check out the different playlists, because I have it broken down for you guys. Until next week, have a great one. Bye.